Family. Okay, everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining. I think all of the participants are here. As I said, one person had an emergency and texted me just a bit ago, but we're recording it and this can be consumed. If you can't sleep at night, you can listen to it again, or pass it on to someone who didn't see it. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to hopefully make this short and sweet, but I think it's a really important meeting to get us all on the same page. All of the participants were invited and really asked to attend, and that's important. As well, we invited all of the mentors to join if they could, and we asked our module leads or the teachers, the main teachers, to attend if they could as well. And here we all are. I'd like to take a little bit of time to go over some of the nuts and bolts of the program, the 13-month program, and go over the syllabus and the website and some other, and then answer questions because I really hope that we all get on the same page and are all prepared for Hawaii. So, to start with, the history of how this started was a couple of years ago, I was the chair of the issues committee for the association and charged with updating, doing an assessment of the. Andy Lee was the president and assigned our committee to poll the association and to see where we are, what, people thought we should be, our mission statement, what should we be focused on, were we relevant, on and on, all of those questions. It was a year-long process, and basically our report was one of the things that those that wanted to become members, those that were members and senior members, all suggested that we be the organization that trains the next leaders in plastic surgery, and that we should have a leadership training course. And as the chair of the issues committee, I was then tasked with putting together such a course and hence the Academic Medicine Leadership Academy. And it was designed to be an in-person, intensive 13-month course that is very content heavy, designed that way, and advertised as such. And we will meet in person, and I will share my screen here. And please, anyone, just interrupt anybody on the call if I say something that doesn't make sense, if you're not clear, if I say something that's not correct, Shayla and anyone, please just interrupt. This is meant to be a discussion. Um, and so let me share here. So can you all see that?
Yep.
Good. So it was designed to be both an in-person and a virtual experience centered on different meetings throughout the year, 13 modules or 12 modules developed over 13 months. And at four different meetings, we would have three in-person modules, each module of 4 hours, and designed so that people can travel in the morning of day one, come in, have in the afternoon of day one, a 4 hour module, have dinner at night together. The next morning, have a module two or the second module for that in-person session, then have lunch together, and then have an afternoon module. Again, three 4 hour modules over four different meetings. In between that, every other-ish, and we're developing it now, every other-ish week in between the in-person sessions, there will be an hour evening recitation, virtual, obviously, and intended to be in person and consumed synchronously, probably at this hour, a Thursday, 8 to 9 Eastern Standard. And that would be recorded so that if somebody can't make it, and if there's a soccer game or I'm missing a soccer game tonight, it can be consumed asynchronously as well. So everybody will stay together. It's a module, a cohort-based course, and we'll go over the cohorts in a minute. And these 12 modules are based here. And the thematic overview is understanding and managing self in mods 1, 2, and 3. Appreciating and managing others, mods 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then learning and managing the business, mods 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, and 12. So the first meeting is the association in Hawaii, and where we will have 3 mods. And we will travel the first day. On Friday afternoon, Mod 1 will be the science of leadership. And these names after are just those that are organizing that module. We will have college professors. There's funding to have college professors give lectures, be part of the different modules, sometimes in person, sometimes during recitations at night. On Saturday of the association, there'll be 2 mods. The second mod, it will be effective communications and negotiations, and then coaching skills for leaders in the afternoon. We'll be bringing a group of people to Hawaii to help do this first meeting. The second meeting is the ASPS meeting, and Dr. Soderna will take Mod 1 in the afternoon of the first day for research fundamentals. The Science and Scholarship of Education, Dr. Weber will be leading that. And then Dr. Rubin will be doing mods 6 and 7, and we purposefully scheduled these across a very large divide between the ASPS and ACAPS. And that's because the 2 real content heavy portions of this course is the first meeting, the association, mods 1, 2, and 3, and then mods 6 and 7. Mods 6 and 7 are 8 hours of in-person education, and then another 12 to 16 hours of didactic stuff in between. So you are going to get a slug of business. And that will include accounting and finance. And there are several professors of business that are going to help that Peter is putting together to go to work. So the 2 real content, lots to read, lots to do, mods 1, 2, and 3, and 6 and 7. Dr. Manahan is going to then talk about critical and important HR and faculty issues and remediation and PIPs and development. Bernie Lee is going to then talk about supply chain and quality outcomes. And then circling back in Washington to the association meeting in 2027, we'll be starting, hopefully, the second cohort at the same time as we'll be doing the last 3 mods for this first initial cohort. Strategy and AI, Justin Sachs is going to head over. I'm going to talk about health insurance and funding U.S. healthcare and the U.S. healthcare system. And then David Song's going to talk about the workings of an academic health system and medical school. Any questions about that big picture, that overview? Okay, a little bit deeper dive into that. And this is certainly this is still a work in progress. We're working on that. But this will be the weekly schedule for the full 13 months. And we'll go and this will be I'll show you the website in a minute, and this will be updated and reloaded as we develop it. So, and I'm not going to go through the whole 13 months, but I'm just going to give you an idea of what it's like. And sorry if you need a compazine for my Scrolling. So May 1, May 2, and May 2 are the times, the meeting, and the mods, who they are, and the faculty leads. Then you can see after the association, we'll, and this is still tentative, but a break, a break, a break, then we'll have a recitation, a break, a break, a break. We're going to add more content here, and then a professor of organizational behavior is going to talk about motivating employees. Then a break. Um, and then, so you can kind of see how this is going. Again, this is being developed now, so more to come with that, but that will be the schedule for the 13 months. Um, yeah, I'm gonna take that away um, and stop sharing for a second. Any questions about how the course is out, the overview of it, the syllabus, how it's laid out, anything at all? Okay, we'll be done even quicker if we don't have conversation, but that's okay. Um, The next thing I wanted to go over was the cohorts. And I emailed all of you and your cohorts, and you've some of you have copied me on that, and that's on your communications with each other. That's wonderful. Ideally, you will. These are the cohorts, 5 cohorts of 4 apiece. You will work together. Ideally, the idea of this is that this is a learning community. So there are 20 of you and about 20 or ish teachers, and then another 20 mentors, advisors, whatever you want to call them. So we've got a group of 50 or so that I hope will develop a closeness as a learning community that moves forward. This just the participants are amazing, amazing, accomplished individuals in and of themselves. And then all of you have an assigned mentor who are leaders in the association and in plastic surgery. And then there's the teachers who are giving of their time and just to help develop this course and to provide the information. And I really hope that we can become a close-knit learning community. Particularly, the cohorts will be working together on projects and readings and meetings. So I would ask again that you all meet and get to know one another. Um, the Any questions about that or comments or anything? Okay. I sent this out a couple of times. This is what we're calling Mod Zero, or the pre-reading and the preparation for the first 3 modules. And again, as I said, mods 1, 2, and 3, and then 6 and 7 are the meaty or the demanding part. You'll learn a lot and you'll be given a lot of information, but likewise, you'll be asked to read and prepare a fair amount. Although ideally, we I sent you this in October, so I hope that you've had a chance to begin some of the reading because there are 4 books: Executive Presence, Clarity, Difficult Conversations, and Getting to Yes. 3 videos, which are very, very quick to watch. 4 articles, which are not that long. And then we'll be sending you the links for 3 assessments, the TKI disc and the Big Five. And so this is the material that we will cover in mods 1, 2, and 3. Any questions about that? Okay. Um, So each of you were paired with a mentor. I did my best to try when assigning the cohorts to try to make them as different as possible. I know many of you well, and some of you I'm learning I'm getting to know more. So I tried to mix and match individuals that may not know one another and may be somewhat different in career focus. However, for the mentors, I tried to do the opposite. I tried to find somebody who might relate more in position, in specialty orientation, in different ways. And so I'd ask you to reach out to that person. We had a call. I had a call with all of the mentors, advisors, whatever you want to call them, sponsors, and they're all very interested in helping. And one of the assignments that we're going to do after mods 1, 2, and 3 is work on an HBR article. One of the best exercises I did in business school called My Best Self. And I kind of talked a little bit with the mentors about that. And so they're kind of primed for that. When we send out the article asking you to look at that, I won't get into it now, but you'll develop a mission and vision statement, and a description of who you are when you're at your best self. And your mentor can help you kind of work through that as well. Let me share the screen again and go over the website. So all of you should have, and we're working out the kinks and we're working out the details. This took a little bit of effort working with PRRI's IT folks, and Shayla has just been absolutely wonderful to work with. But we will have a page on our website dedicated to us. And so I'll ask you to see if you can access that and let me know, and let Shayla know if you're having issues with that. But when you go to the association page, you go to the members only site, where you can see that I have to pay my back dues probably. But there'll be a page access for each of you called the Academic Medicine Leadership Academy. And when you click on that, there'll be a general information page and then modules, all 12 modules. As participants, you will have read capabilities of all of these, and you can download whatever is there. I think any active member will likely have access to this as well. I got to talk to our president and our board, but most I think probably any members should have access to any of the material that we post if they want to watch a video or download something, but that's the board's decision. And then the module leads for each of these will have access. They'll be able to upload and delete and download, so they can refresh that page. So if you click on general information, right away, the syllabus that I just showed you, the most current version is uploaded there. And then
So I just included a link in the chat for anybody that wants to view the resources. The link is not active inside the members only area, but this is the actual link here. We're just labeling it this week. We just wanted to make sure that we had all that information, but it's there. It's just a little hidden. So for students that are looking for the resources, if you go to this link specifically, you'll be able to see them within the members only area.
thank you. And so what we'll do is we'll upload materials. So for module 1, 2, and 3, we'll upload the talks, we'll upload the articles, we'll upload the materials that you will need for each of those modules as time goes on. Any questions about the website? Okay. Um, and then I guess the final thing I had to mention is the cost. And Shayla will also be sending you a registration page for you to sign up officially and pay the $1,000 registration fee. I will remind you as you pay that registration fee that the budget for this course ranges somewhere an estimate of upwards of $90,000. So, if there's 20 of you, and that $1,000 registration each is a drop in the bucket for what this is going to cost. The only instructors that are receiving an honorarium are those non-association members and professors at universities that are teaching the courses, and covers all the other expenses. A lot of that will be the meals that we have, the lunches and the dinners together, and the receptions and the like. Anybody have any of the mod leads, Paul or David or anybody else on that want to say anything or have any comments, or Bernie, or I see other folks, or any questions that anybody has, or um
Well, but Joe, I'd like to just say a couple of words. So thanks, Joe, for doing this, and thanks to all of you for being on the call. I've got to tell you, I personally have attended lots of leadership style academy things. I've never seen anything like this in my entire career. It is awesome, and the amount of time and energy that went into this is very impressive. I also have to tell you that we are all shocked at the people who have chosen to pursue this educational curriculum. All of you are already leaders in plastic surgery and at the forefront in plastic surgery. So it is so exciting for us to see a group of such highly motivated people that just want to fine tune some of their skills. And I think this is going to accomplish that in so many different ways. And and hopefully more than anything, it will allow all of you to build some new relationships with people who are at a similar stage in their careers, as you move through your development in plastic surgery and become all of the leaders of all of our societies in plastic surgery. It would be so great for plastic surgery overall. I have to say, the very first leadership program I went through ASPS's program, and my groups were me, Joe Losi, Joe Disa, Betsy Hall Finley, um, Tommy Tung.
Ann
Um,
Taylor.
what's that?
Ann Taylor.
Yeah. But that was our small group, and that's how I got to know Joe, and I've known him my entire career since then. But I will tell you that those learning experiences, not only did I develop a bunch of skills, but I developed these friendships and professional relationships that have been there forever. And so I'm really excited about the course. The team has put an immense amount of time and energy into it, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. But it is going to require some energy, but that energy will be worth it, because in the end, it will raise your skills in lots of different areas and really fine tune those things to make you more effective in leading whatever groups you're going to be leading going forward, and whatever groups you're leading today already. So thanks so much, Joe, and thanks for all of you for doing this. I'm shocked that the people here are who the people are who are here. It's amazing. Everyone is far more senior and far more accomplished than I thought all of you would be taking the course. So I am so excited and I'm so pumped to kick it off in Hawaii. So thank you.
Thanks, Paul. I would agree. I think that this will be, like I said, a learning community of sharing, and for many of you will be as equal contributors to all of our learning as we move along. And I'm hopeful to identify some of you who may be interested in helping out with the next cohort, and in getting involved in an even greater level. Any other comments or thoughts or questions or requests? For those leaders on the call, or the mentors, I sent an email out to all of the participants with the outline, asking them to provide some questions, and things that they would want to learn about in each of the modules. We collated all of that, and thank you for sending back such amazing feedback. We collated all of that, and I provided it to each of the module leads. So hopefully everything that you've asked for will be addressed and more. Um,
Joe,
any
this is Dave. I just want to just I mean everything that Paul said, and really wanted to echo what he said, but primarily to really congratulate you. I mean, I know you're not going to like what I'm about to say because you're very humble, but this doesn't exist without Joe Losi. I mean, he really single-handedly, this has been his passion project to give back to our specialty, our association, but really sort of plastic surgery, not just obviously here in the country, but you guys have international footprint. So this is a hallmark program that really has been Joe's baby, and I'm just honored and privileged to be a part of it. So big kudos to Joe.
Thank you, David. Thank you.
I can chime in real quick. So, I mean, I'm sure Joe went over this, but until I did my MBA, I had no idea what the language was. I had no idea what to say, what to understand, how to even interface with the hospital administration, how to interface with in terms of leadership, how to develop a leadership style and program. And so this program is designed to give you the tools for that. And we don't learn this anywhere. We don't learn this in medical school. We don't learn this in residency. And, a lot of you are seasoned faculty, and you also know that you don't learn that even as a junior faculty or mid-career faculty member. So the intent of this is to give you that skill set. It's kudos to Joe to be able to create this program. And it's going to be a lot of work, honestly. Like if you look at what's outlined there, there's a lot of pre-reading. I haven't put together mine yet. But there is a lot of work that needs to be done. But I think you will get more out of it the more you prepare for it. So it's great to see everyone on this call. Everyone is a leader in the field already. And we hope to just be able to propel you even further beyond that.
Hey, Joe, could I mention something that since this is going to be a longitudinal learning experience, I would imagine that we're going to get asked for feedback at the end of that everyone, including the mentors, the mentees, supporters, whoever's involved, keep a little log as to perhaps the good things and the bad things so that we could then, because it's going to be difficult to remember everything in a couple of years when we're asked for feedback on this. So it's a tremendous program you put together, and I would value points all the way along in this educational journey.
That's great, Mike. We certainly do need to, you all are the guinea pigs. This is version 1.0, and we certainly want to make it better as we move forward. For sure. Okay, well, it's 8:30. I don't want to keep anyone later, and it's even earlier, obviously, for some of you. Thank you so much for signing up. If you ever have any questions about anything, just text me, call me. You have my number, and have a great spring. And we look forward to getting together in person and developing closer friendships in Hawaii. Thank you all.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks,
Hi, everyone. Thank you.
Good night.
Happy New
Okay.
Year.
Bye.
Happy New Year.